and I want to paint it black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. Thank you for watching. What's up, soldiers? Welcome to Guns Club. A few weeks ago, we talked about the Russian semi-automatic rifle SBT-40, one of the most influential rifles of World War II. And since you liked it a lot, I think it would be great to talk about its German copy, which was actually more successful than the SMT. So because it was about time, welcome to everything you need to know about the Gewehr 43. The guidelines had to be as follows. The barrel should not have holes to direct the firing gases to the reloading mechanism. The rifle should not have any moving parts on the outside, and in case the reloading mechanism failed, it had to have a manually operated bolt. Finally, the day of the presentation arrived, and both models used a mechanism known as the bank system. In this system, the gases from the shot were trapped by a conical-shaped trap at the muzzle of the barrel, which in turn diverted them to operate a small piston that pushed a long rod which opened the bolt. Quite the opposite of the usual gas-operated reloading system used in the SBT-40, both rifles were rather dreadful, and the complicated gas system was prone to jamming. Just the dirt and soot from the bullets with corrosive primers would render the mechanism useless after only 1 or 2 weeks of constant use. So they were quickly retired from service, and the idea of making a semi-automatic rifle was temporarily abandoned. Later, during Operation Barbarossa, the German invasion of Russia, the Germans realized the power of semi-automatic rifles. The Soviets carried the powerful Samozaryadnaya Vintovka Tokareva 40s and, taking advantage of their superior firepower, fired at will, making it impossible for even a single German soldier to stick his head out, slowing their advance and forcing them to retreat. The Germans at the front took the captured Russian Samozaryadnaya Vintovka Tokareva 40 rifles and used them, since they were far superior to the bolt-action rifles they were using at the time. Later, the German High Command once again asked the Mauser and Walter factories to develop a semi-automatic weapon, and that they do so in the same way with the previous specifications. So Walter made a model ignoring the High Command specifications and copied the system from the SBT-40, greatly improving the capabilities of its previous version, the Gigabytes 41. This one not only lost the tendency to jam and break down, but now it was a very simple rifle to manufacture, and soldiers could clean it very, very quickly. By the time of the Battle of Kursk, Germany's last effort on the Eastern Front to take Moscow, the German army had already supplied the G-43 to the infantry, and these were able to firmly face the Soviet soldiers, who were also suffering from a great shortage of weapons. It is said that if the Gewehr 43 had arrived in 1940, Operation Barbarossa would have been a complete success. However, the Gewehr 43 arrived very late to the war. The total production at the end of the war was 400,000 rifles of both models, including at least 53,000 sniper rifles. The addition of a removable 10-round magazine was an improvement over the fixed magazine of the Gewehr 41. The Gewehr 43 could also be loaded using 2 5-round stripper clips without removing the magazine. Soldiers armed with this rifle usually carried a standard pouch for stripper clips and the Gewehr magazine carrier. 43 with 2 spare magazines. The Gewehr 43 or the Karabiner 43 were used with the Zielfernrohr F4 scope with 4 times magnification. This rifle was also originally designed to be fitted with the Sichwechser grenade launcher, which was also standard on the Mauser car, 98,000. And there was also a silencer available. However, these accessories were considered ineffective in tests and were canceled before the rifle went into mass production. Many soldiers complained that the rifle was lacking a rail for a bayonet, but it wasn't very useful either since it made the weapon longer, And besides, the Gewehr 43 had a fairly fast reloading process, so this rail was removed. In the design phase, there are variations in the barrel length, but these are due to the different tolerances in the machines from different factories. You will see the barrel measurements in the specifications. During its service, its name was changed from Gewehr to Karabiner, or from rifle to carbine. This was because the rifle was actually 2 centimeters longer than the standard Karabiner 98,000, so it was decided that the name Gewehr was not appropriate. However, it is called either Gewehr or carbine. Both names are correct. At the end of the war, an unknown number of rifles were modified. K-43 to expand the 7.92 by 33 Kurz cartridge and the magazine from the Sturmgewehr 44. These KV-43 are among the most valued and sought after today. After the war, many strange variants appeared, but all of them were the work of amateur gunsmiths. Rifles with broken stocks are also very common, because German soldiers were ordered to disable semi-automatic rifles before being captured. Its system was a gas-operated system, which took the gases from each round at the muzzle to push a piston that in turn pushed the bolt. Although this system is quite reliable, the stripper clip reloading system made the weapon prone to getting dirty because it exposed the mechanisms when firing. It weighed 50 and 700 millimeters. It had a rate of fire of 30 rounds per minute and an effective range of 400 meters. It used 10-round magazines or 5-round stripper clips. It had a muzzle velocity of between 746 and 756 meters per second.